Come with us now, if you dare, down a rickety staircase into a dank, dark basement. What awaits? The Saturday Night Freak Show.
Hey, thanks for listening to the Saturday Night Freak Show podcast, the movie review and talk show podcast that comes your way every Saturday, whether you're ready for it or not. These are the Internet Radio Superstars.
Michaela.
Sean.
And I'm Colin. And tonight we watched a movie that was chosen by...
Colin, what are we running tonight?
We're running some White Lightning.
Ooh, I like it. All right, from the year...
1973.
73, directed by...
Joseph Sargent.
Joe Sargent, who we have had on this show before.
Yes.
Yeah, love that name.
Yes. He's like a guy who it seems like started out... well, I think actually this was before... The one he's known for... Do you see the original, The Taking of the Pelham 1, 2, 3?
Right,
Yes,
right,
yeah.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's like,
With
you know,
Robert
but
Shaw, yeah.
we know him best as the director of Jaws: The Revenge.
Of course. That's how we know him. Yes.
The
yes.
worst
Unfortunate for him.
Yes.
Yeah, that was like an assignment gig or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Do you sign up for the
and
fourth Jaws,
that-
like, wholeheartedly?
That might be one of the only franchises on this show that we've covered every single movie of. Because
Basically.
we did a live show for
yeah, we
the
did,
first
yeah,
one,
yeah.
and then we
Oh,
did
yeah.
I was
episodes on
thinking
the
about
other
that the other
three.
day. I'm like, we
Jaws
did
two,
Yeah,
every one of those.
so
Yeah.
we've covered all the Jaws territory.
That's because each one gives you something different.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They are truly disparate films for
Yep.
all being tenuously tied together.
Yep.
Yeah.
Why is it now that Jaws: The Revenge is the one that's most memorable? It's probably the last one.
Because it has
other
a
than the first one,
screeching
but-
shark that jumps 50 feet out of the
Yeah,
water
yeah,
at the
yeah,
end, and they
yeah,
wanted you
yeah.
to take it dead
Yeah.
seriously.
Yeah.
That would
What
be
is
why.
preventing that from being rebooted or spun off in any capacity?
Like as Jaws, and
yeah,
not just
or
a shark
like,
movie.
how are we not having like a fucking 10-part miniseries on Peacock about like, I don't know, someone's origin story, you know?
Yeah,
or some
the origin
or
of-
Yeah.
offshoot character
Yeah,
from that.
just
and-
like every property's getting picked apart into like these origin story on like, you know, subscription TV shows.
Brody,
Like,
and it's
yeah,
about his
Brody,
time
yeah,
in New York.
exactly.
there you go.
Exactly.
Yeah. And there's still a shark somewhere.
Yeah.
He goes
Does-
to the aquarium one day and he's like,
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, you
Never
think-
liked sharks.
Now, I know they made, because Spielberg maybe didn't have the control over it, but do you think he put the kibosh on it and he's like, until I'm dead?
That's
will
what
be-
I'm
there
wondering.
will be no
like,
more
why
Jaws.
is
I mean,
this
they
untouchable?
made sequels while he was, you know.
Yeah.
Right, but-
or Universal, I guess, didn't
Right.
Yeah, no, yeah. I'm wondering if he has, I mean, but his power has grown,
Yeah.
obviously, but
Mm-hmm.
care. How many Hicksploitation movies have you seen? Redneck Cinema? Where are we
Macon
going
County
with it?
Line.
You've seen it.
Many.
I've seen Macon County Line. I like that movie. It's a good movie.
It was a good movie.
I like that one.
Is that like I was trying to track back the origin of like the redneck movie. I mean,
Yeah.
basically at some point Hollywood said people in the South go to the movies and they would like to see themselves represented in movies.
You think
And-
that's how they got to this? You don't think it was because so you think the people of the South look to this as like a mirror and they're like, "Yep, that's us."
At the time.
Yes. Because
Really? You don't think they're like offended by this?
Some are.
They made a ton of money
Okay.
in the South. I mean, it also played in the North. I mean, I guess that was
Gotcha.
the thing, but they made a lot of movies for Southern drive-ins,
Okay.
like Macon County Line,
Right.
which I think they were surprised again by that. I think like until the Blair Witch Project, they were saying like that was one of the most profitable
Wow.
like costs.
Yeah, something.
Yeah.
That ratio was pretty good for them.
Mm-hmm.
It's not too hard when you can take just the same story, the same elements, and keep making that movie. As long as you got car chases,
Mm-hmm.
or you
Yeah.
got some explosions, some stunts, and everything. And you know, they killed my brother, they killed my cousin, they killed my father, they
Yeah.
killed my son.
Dirty cops. Yep.
Dirty cops, always dirty cops.
Well, this is I think Redneck Cinema splits into two venues, subgenres.
Okay.
I don't know the names but that's Good Old Boy. That's the Good Old Boy
Yeah.
subgenre, right? That's Avenue 1,
Yeah.
which you've just kind of described. And that basically gives us movies like White Line Fever and Jackson County Jail.
You know,
And you already said Macon County, like
Yeah.
Truck Stop Women. I'm like, why is there always three words in
Right.
these titles?
Doom, doom, doom.
But then, right, I think the other one is Don't Go Down to Dixon.
Don't
Yeah.
right. Don't go south. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's 2000 Maniacs.
Right.
That's The Town That Dreaded Sundown. That's Texas Chainsaw Massacre. You know, those good.
Where does Deliverance fit? Okay, I was
Yeah,
gonna say,
I
what does
think
that fit
Deliverance
into
is
this?
maybe the granddaddy.
It's like the most highbrow one, right?
What
like,
year was
highbrow
Deliverance?
is you
Well,
know,
the
relative.
biggest one is probably Smokey and the Band.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like,
I
that's
mean,
the
yeah.
king of redneck
Right.
cinema.
Yeah.
Yes.
But Deliverance is probably, I don't know, somewhere around the start.
After this, near
Before.
this, before this.
I think it was
Okay.
71. I
So
think this is actually maybe the movie that our star did after Deliverance.
Okay. All right. And he just brought Ned Betty along for the ride?
Yeah.
Like they
Well, they did
let's get the
several
band back
movies together,
Yeah.
I think. Yeah. We're talking about, of course, about the legendary Burt Reynolds.
Burt Reynolds is in this movie.
Yes.
And we did Malone, which was a late career Burt Reynolds movie.
Very
where
low energy movie and performance.
what
compared to-
happened to the man?
Yeah, it's a sad descent.
What year
to
was it?
chart.
Maybe he just got tired of
That was
making
the
that
80s,
shit.
wasn't it?
That was
Wasn't
like
Malone
85 or
80? Yeah.
Maybe he's like, I've done so many of these.
Well, he had a really
I'm
bad
so tired.
hairpiece in that too. It
Oh,
looked
did
like
he?
plastic. Yeah, it was.
But it felt like at some point, like in those movies, like Stick and Heat and, and Malone, he was trying to be like just really serious. Like there's something like Burt Reynolds does have a charisma,
Yeah.
Which I think is more apparent in his earlier stuff than his later stuff, where he just comes off as really dry, wooden, and
Maybe uninterested.
yeah. I mean, after this, like once he actually got famous in the ego, like this is pre-fame,
Right.
This is on the way up,
Pre-fame, pre-mustache as well,
yeah.
which
Yeah,
is
the
weird.
mustache did wonders.
It's because I feel like his face is a lot less memorable without the mustache. Like it looks much more generic, I guess. I don't know. He was throwing me off this whole movie though, because it just like I always thought he emoted and you just couldn't see it because of the mustache. No, he just doesn't emote.
Yeah,
like his acting is to just kind of be pretty blank faced or
I mean, you can see more of his teeth.
yeah, exactly.
I guess when he's snarling
Yeah.
or whatever he's got going on there, but I don't know. He definitely has a presence in this that it feels like by the time he was doing. I mean, to me, I grew up in the era where Burt Reynolds was like Cannonball Run
Right.
and like Hooper and
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. What do you know? Well, we still have Sharky's Machine. Like you brought this before Sharky's Machine?
right. I got to
keep
do that
talking
one
about that
because
one.
that
All
was
right.
like a serious one in the middle of his
Right.
like all the funny movies and Lonnie Anderson and Dom DeLuise and Burt Reynolds. You
Right.
know, like
Apparently, Smoking the Bandit started like a 6-year box office reign from 1977. He did Semi-Tough, The End, Hooper, Starting Over, Smoking the Bandit 2, The Cannonball Run, Sharky's Machine, The Best of the Whorehouse in Texas.
right, Dolly Parton.
I love that
Cannonball
movie.
Run 2. I still haven't seen Cannonball Run.
Oh, so that means Longest Yard was before this.
Yes, it was before. 70, no, it was 74.
Okay.
So White Lightning,
Oh,
then Longest Yard, then Smoking the Bandit.
Okay. And Smokey and the Bandit made him a superstar if he wasn't already. But yeah, one of
Let's never
Hollywood's-
forget Evening Shade.
yeah,
later television work.
Yeah, I mean that was after the
Yeah,
like
that
as
was
he
the
was
90s.
Was he fading at that point? I mean, I guess Boogie Nights. I remember was a big deal
Yeah.
because it was like Burt Reynolds. We remember him, as a '70s, '80s icon, and kind of bringing him back and Academy Award nomination.
Yeah, for a role he didn't want.
yeah,
Which is very funny, but
yeah.
or didn't quite understand, didn't quite like. But yeah.
Did you guys ever
But
see
he's
that
great
episode
at-
of The Golden Girls where he's the guest star?
Oh,
It's
I've probably seen
It's
it.
got one of my favorite jokes in it, and it just feels so out of place for that type of show. But it's just he shows up at the door and he's like looking for one of them specifically, and he just pauses and for a second goes, "Which one's a slut?" And they all raise their hand and they're like, "Oh, me," and then like it just credits, episode's over, and I'm like,
Wow.
I'm like, first of all, I didn't know you could say that in the '80s on like network TV, but I love that they're like, that's our blackout joke.
Only when you're talking about Blanche Devereaux.
Yeah, exactly. It was amazing. It's
It was because it was accepted. It was known.
I think we talked. What was the Seth Green movie where, like Up the Creek or whatever?
Without a Paddle?
Without a Paddle, right? I tell you that story before. Burt Reynolds, like Seth Green was saying, Burt Reynolds went off and like they were camping one night and he went off, came back with a deer. That kind of guy. Burt Reynolds.
he's an enigma. Yeah, I love it.
And I guess the other thing, the other like co-star that we have to talk about is Hal Needham, right? The director of Rad, the
Rad.
movie that we featured.
I forgot he directed Rad.
Yes, the ultimate BMX movie
Yeah.
featuring Becky from Full House. Yeah,
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was after he had given up his life as a stuntman.
Yes.
But I mean, you remember we were talking about him, like Hal Needham was like the stuntman. Did I
Yeah.
ever show you that picture that I dug up of the Hal Needham stuntman?
Yes.
Like
The
board
set.
game or
Yes.
set?
Yeah, the little stunt set. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Love it.
Duke Kaboom was pretty much like from Toy Story 4. It was
Yeah,
like
Duke Kaboom,
the
yes.
animated version of it. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and he's the second unit director on this, and I think did like a lot of the stunt sequences and stuff. And I think famously, he was roommates with Burt Reynolds for like 12 years or
Damn.
something
Wow.
like that, right?
The basis for
Yeah, the Once Upon a Time in
Yeah,
Hollywood
yeah,
characters. Yeah.
And I think I want to say, did Hal Needham direct Smokey in the Bandit? Like it was his idea, I think, and Burt Reynolds threw his name and his star power behind getting his buddy's movie made, and that made them both.
right. Took them both
Yeah,
to the top. It's
No,
funny
still
that
have to see Megaforce. That's Hal Needham's.
we still have to see
Yeah.
Megaforce. Is that the one with what's his name?
Barry Bostwick.
Barry Bostwick.
Oh,
yeah.
we
I've seen
gotta
the
see
post
that.
for that one. It's very funny that that relationship being the basis, or somewhat of the basis for Once Upon a Time in Mexico. Both movies hate hippies.
Yeah.
It's on the agenda. We're just like fucking hippies.
Yeah, or Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Well, Tarantino clearly loves this movie because we were saying the music that's in it is used in Inglourious Bastards. So like you can see a kind of a lineage there to
Yeah.
Once Upon a Time in
I
Hollywood.
bet he's shown this movie at his
I bet.
his theater. I guarantee it.
Oh yeah, and didn't he want Burt Reynolds for the part in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
Yeah, and he died.
And he died before he could
bummer.
do it. Or
He was going to play George Spawn.
Yeah.
That Spawn movie range. Yeah.
Yeah, because Burt Reynolds was the man.
He was the man.
I keep going back to these, like, because we have forgotten, like, so much of what these guys, as Burt Reynolds and, like, Charles Bronson,
Yeah.
they were huge. And my generation just kind of missed it. Like, it was before me. And I'm just kind of going back now and, like, looking at all the stuff that they did. And it's like, oh, my God. So White Lightning, right, is what
is White Lightning?
Moonshine.
Moonshine.
Yep.
Great. It's got so many. I like they list off a couple different names
Yeah.
for it in this, which is pretty fun.
Yeah.
This is a rum runner movie. Well, a moonshine runner.
Whiskey. It's moonshine whiskey, which I never associated with. Like you tell me moonshine, I never think whiskey, but I guess that's what everybody.
Did you get how to make moonshine out of this movie?
Potatoes.
No.
No,
wish.
not how to do it.
I would have loved a how it's made segment where we get a full breakdown of it.
No,
That'd be
we
great.
see the still and everything. We just don't see much of like what's going into what and everything. We just see the drippings out into the gallons, which they sell.
Yeah. Michaela, you were saying
You might go blind drinking that.
Yeah, which can happen if you make bad
most of that's
liquor.
probably wood alcohol.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, yeah, it's because of what prohibition still enforced in the or was it?
They have dry
right?
counties. Even
Yeah,
still.
dry counties. Yeah.
When I lived in Tennessee, that was always a thing. Is the liquor store had weird hours, no liquor sales on Sundays, and a lot of times if you needed liquor on like a Sunday, you had to drive to the next county unless it
Yeah.
was a dry county.
Doesn't Wisconsin still have weird liquor laws and some shit like that?
Like
In
if
some
you can
areas.
buy it when you're 10.
Yeah, the
this
opposite end of the
someplace where it's just
spectrum.
like, or it's like 7
Yeah.
o'clock, it's done.
Yeah.
You can't buy it.
Oh, maybe because you're fourth. Oh, you are operating under the influence is a felony.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. You can get as many as you want up till there.
Yep.
Yeah.
So who does Burt Reynolds play in White Lightning?
Gator MacClusky.
And we did
I
find
was looking
out,
for his 14 fists. I didn't see him.
but he does have a first name. We found out
Bobby.
Yep.
Bobby Gator MacClusky, and
I kind of wish they hadn't said it.
Yeah, I wish they had
Gator,
either.
but
Just cut that scene out of the movie.
Right.
You were saying about the like, did Southern audiences of the time like the portrayal? I think it's the correct me if I'm wrong, but it's like it gives you an everyman hero,
Yep.
right? Who takes no nonsense, stands up for himself and his family, takes care of his family, right? And knows how to drive a car. And then I think probably you recognize the rest of the world that it takes place in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like you see yourself in Gator.
Yeah,
MacClusky.
that's where I was having a disconnect because I was thinking they were looking at the other hillbillies and seeing themselves. I didn't think about the fact that they were just in their minds they're all Gator. So
Yeah, everybody wants
Right.
to be Gator.
yeah, so now it makes sense. Yeah, now it makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so who's Gator MacClusky? What do we know about him, and how are we introduced?
He's in jail.
Before.
He's doing some time.
Oh well.
What is it for running, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, he went to jail for running, moon running, and he could. I guess he like up until this point, it's clear he decided like not to turn anyone in this operation, so he's doing the time for it. But something happens that the very intro to this movie, we see Ned Beatty, who is the sheriff, a sheriff, as we see at this point.
Oh, you mean this mini horror movie that opens this
whole
movie?
fucking-
Especially this with the tone of the rest of the movie is really bleak.
Yeah.
Like
we just see guys rowing in a boat out in the swamp.
it's like the True
fucking
Detective
bayou.
swamp. Yeah.
It's the whatchamacallit, not the Town of Dread Son, but the other one. Boggy Creek. It's the
Oh,
Legend
yeah.
of Boggy Creek. If you've
Yeah.
ever seen that wonderful nature documentary.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is. It's just out in the swamp, and they're paddling out there, and in the boat they're dragging behind them are two young boys tied up and tied to cinder blocks
And gagged.
struggling
Yeah. So
to
they
get
can't
free.
scream. Yeah.
Yep, and so they row them out there, shoot a hole in their boat, cut them loose, and then head the hell out. And
Yeah.
so
As
we
the boat
know.
slowly.
Yes.
Yeah.
They only shoot it like one or two times.
Yeah.
And at first I was like, wait, why aren't they shooting the boys? And then I was like,
Nope.
oh, it took me like a minute to clock what was
and just
happening.
like, oh
and it was-
no!
Yeah.
And then they just row away.
And the credits are playing over this
And you're like,
for
oh,
like
shit.
3 minutes.
Yeah.
This sequence goes on for a long time. So, because they put all their credits at the front of the movie.
Yeah.
But the whole time we're watching the credits is the lead up to this. And then we get to Gator after that.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, because we're going
Yeah.
to find out how Gator is connected to this event.
Mhm.
Which is how does he find out?
His sister drives up.
Cousin, I think.
Cousin, all right. His cousin drives up. And was like, they killed Donnie. Donnie's dead.
Yeah.
Your mom and your daddy are fine. Donnie is dead.
Is this like is it a detective movie?
I think it wants to be for a little bit, and then Burt Reynolds just throws that little book in the fire, and then it's just
Yeah.
all out the window. So
Yeah.
like, and it is because I'm wondering how he's going to prove any of this, and then I got to realize this is 1973. This is a stunt action movie
Yeah.
in the
Right.
backwoods, and they're like, nobody's proven anything. Someone's gonna die.
It's a
Yeah.
revenge movie.
It's
Yeah.
a revenge movie,
Yeah.
Which I
Yes.
think is also a big part of these type of movies.
Yes.
It's
Oh, yeah.
Getting revenge.
Yep. Usually against the bad cops and stuff like that,
Yeah.
which very easy to root for to get a revenge on the corrupt cops.
Like
Yeah.
the crazy thing to me is that, well, first of all, yeah, I love that it's revenge against dirty cops, but it's crazy to me that like this kind of movie made now the same audience. Aren't they like all the Blue Lives Matter people and then they back the badge? But in this movie, it's like the cops are the bad guys and we're literally murdering them.
Yeah.
I don't know. It seems like two things that can't overlap that are.
It's like weird parallels in time. You know,
Yeah,
it's like, could
yeah.
you make this movie now?
I think people would think this movie was in extremely poor taste if it was made now.
Unfortunately.
But that was probably, you wonder, like, was that how it was received then?
Yeah,
Was it a
right.
younger audience that saw these movies and
Right.
they were hated by like an older audience? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
Because I guess it is about like, there's change coming to the South
Mm-hmm.
and there's this resistance to it in the form primarily, I guess, as our antagonist,
Right.
the sheriff, right?
Yeah,
Who
'cause
he
he's-
keeps law and order in his county the hard way by
does.
basically just killing anybody.
Right, but he's also going to let anybody who needs to come up and throw an envelope of money on his desk like everyone did before him because
Yeah.
he gives that little speech about it. He's
Yeah.
like, think I'm going to change that? He's like, if we change that, we're going to be a communist country.
Well, yeah. What was his reasoning there? It was like, because he makes a speech that, like, I was sitting there going, like, okay, this doesn't sound horrible. He's like, the people make a living. And
Right.
if the government is basically, he's like, the government's going to come in and they want to tax everybody for everything.
Well, he's
And-
making the argument for corruption.
yeah.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
They,
Basically.
yeah.
And instead of to keep it the same way that it has been going, which
Because it
which
benefits
that
me.
way of- yeah.
Right, because
Yes.
it benefits me. Everyone kind of works out at the end.
Yeah.
It is technically corruption, but it is working for everyone.
Yeah, but his-
almost everyone.
Yeah.
Maybe that's like his skewed way of thinking about it.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
That
Because he thinks he's righteous.
Because these people are basically making an honest living. He
Right.
says,
Yeah, sure, yeah.
So,
But that's the skew that
Yeah.
he thinks this is an honest living,
yeah.
Right.
and he's allowing them to do it, even though all of that is just against the law. But as long as I get my cut, it's fine.
This movie has a lot of like these little character details, and that's always why I kind of personally like this era's movies, where it takes a while to unfold, but it gives like these little character beats. Like the sheriff, there was that scene where he's sitting in the car with his deputy, and the deputy was doing a crossword puzzle, and the sheriff knows the word is safari. And it was just then, it was like he's smarter than all the guys that work for him.
Right.
It's like he is the smartest guy in that, that area. And he knows, the guy who, what was it, the senator? Is like, we went to the same high school, and played on the same football team. And he like knows the structure and how to work within it, And
that is that is something that I love seeing explored in movies, because it is pretty terrifying for me to think about, is like how easy it is to like hold corruption in a small town,
Right.
like that I could
when
never
you know
live
everybody
in,
and know the systems and how they work, it's like I can see how this plays out. If I just get in right here, I can control this, and then I have power.
Yeah, I think like in that again, the time that this movie takes place, I mean, that was a legitimate concern. I mean, when you watch them all, they're basically all saying something about that. So it is kind of like a dynamic where it's not really Hollywood. Although Hollywood, I guess, is financing, like, give the people from there what they want. And what they want is they want stories that are contemporary,
right?
Talking about the era that the movie is actually made in.
Right.
This movie has deeper thoughts than I expected it to.
It's another thing.
It has some good monologues that make you think. Yeah.
When did our exploitation movies become just kind of like snakes on a plane?
Yeah.
I mean,
right. Yeah. Which is just with no real substance behind it. Where at least in this one, they're like trying. They're making a point, whether you agree with it or not. But it is a point that can be made, and
it's
that
still
people
a movie,
do agree with. Yeah.
Like a film. I guess.
Right. You get all the explosions and the shootings and the fights and the good music behind a montage and everything. But they're saying something.
Right. It's like we went from having like vegetables as a side with our dinner to like kick that shit off the plate, and now it's all junk food. You know?
Yeah. But like, how can you appreciate the junk food if you're not eating the vegetables?
Yeah,
you know what I mean. You gotta.
It's
eat
good
that
for you.
Like, you gotta
just do it.
balance, people. Balance.
Sometimes cinematically, you gotta swallow stuff that maybe is a little uncomfortable, but you're never gonna grow if you don't expose yourself to that kind of stuff. So
get some.
And it comes in a fun package in this movie, you know. Like it's not.
There's action. There's car chases.
You can put some spice on that broccoli.
Exactly,
it's good.
Exactly.
Is the thing about, and when you watch these old car chases that are all done for real. I mean, they didn't have CG, and I mean,
already a plus for me, because they're drifting around corners, and it's fun, and it looks like fun. Is it fun, Colin?
Yes.
It
turns out that it's very fun to do it. I mean, it's like that's why you understand like the thought process, I guess, behind stuntmen.
Right.
Why don't they have an Oscar?
I know.
Right. We're doing that now, though, aren't we?
Are they finally doing it?
I'll look it up, but I think they announced it.
Okay.
I'll look it up.
Okay. Because, I mean, even Hooper, I guess I still haven't seen, but is like one of the ode to stuntmen movies.
Oh, have you not seen Hooper?
I haven't.
Oh, it's good.
Stunt Rock still coming to the show, and Stuntman.
We should have really planned ahead.
The Fall Guy.
We should have planned ahead and done like Stunt Guy Summer, and everyone picks a stunt-based movie.
Yes, in celebration of.
Yeah.
The Academy Awards will introduce a new category, Achievement in Stunt Design, starting with the 100th Academy Awards ceremony in 2028.
Oh, boy.
So it is coming.
Okay.
Finally.
I love that, but that like they're going to be like Tom Cruise and Mission Impossible, whatever, and look over actual stunt people, not stunt actors.
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen.
I hope they don't.
Yeah.
I think they have to. But what that means,
I better recognize none of those names.
Right. But what that means, though, is that we're going to get some cheesy stunts at the Academy Awards ceremony, which I am looking
like
forward to.
Like the promotion for Fall Guy.
Yeah, that's good. So we'll get that, which is nice.
Does do audiences eventually, I guess, if you live on a straight diet of car chases, then I suppose it becomes kind of old at some point. And that's why, they spice them up or phase them out.
Yeah, until you watch Action USA and see a guy drive through a building and then have it explode.
Yeah. You have to keep on. That's 10 years or 15 years after this, right?
But what made stunts from this era so good was just their like reckless abandon with safety regulations.
Look at the
of
jump
any kind.
from land to a barge going across a river in this movie, which I don't know if that was the plan to half land it. It couldn't have been.
No. And then so what? Burt Reynolds had to like improvise on the spot and hopefully get out of that car before it falls in the
Well, he wasn't.
water?
It was Hal Needham was in it.
Was it? Okay.
So what I guess happened was, they were going to land the car on the barge. So jumping off of, it wasn't even a pier, right?
No, it was like a dirt
road that just ended.
A dirt escalation, we'll call it.
So he's going to go airborne. He's going to land on this barge. But apparently there was some miscommunication in the queue, right? And the barge pilot thought that meant he was supposed to hit it.
Right.
Go. So Hal Needham goes into the air, and instead of landing on the flat on the barge, he gets the front two wheels on it, and I guess the center of gravity of the car lands on the edge of the thing, and you're like, holy shit.
Good thing that engine's heavy.
Yeah, because that was what he said later.
Is it?
He was like, because if that car would have tipped backwards, he would have drowned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he was lucky. So then they go and they tie it down, and then Burt jumps out of it,
right?
From the next shot. But yeah, I guess that was. Well, there was one later where there was another jump where the car went over he was like hiding behind another like embankment. It's not embankment, but like cliff. I mean,
it's a cliff, yeah.
And the car goes over, and I like the fact that they actually put Burt Reynolds there.
Yeah.
And the car goes over, and we, the audience, are looking at it, and you're like, okay, there's enough clearance there. But I know when you're standing in that position, right? And that car
never
goes
feels
over
like
your
enough
head,
clearance.
No.
It feels closer, and you see
He's
him
crouching.
he
Yeah.
ducks.
Yeah.
He's like,
Right, because you don't know if a bottom of that car is just going to like clip the car right below him and everything. So
Right.
it's like, ugh.
Yeah.
So they put their star in jeopardy. He's like,
But it
"No,
makes
I
it
can do
exciting.
Yes.
Put them in jeopardy. I want stunts like Metal Storm where people die.
And movie making has changed so much now that like it's news when someone's doing stunts in a movie. Like
Right.
the whole campaign of Tom Cruise in movies the past 5-10 years has been he does his own stunts because he's the only one that does anymore. Everything's just shot in a parking lot in Georgia on a green
there's
screen,
still
you know?
stunt guys doing stuff, and
Right.
yes, they are doing things, but I think we've had a steady diet of green screen,
Yeah.
and it almost renders like an actual stunt. Like you have to draw attention to it. You have to promote. The movie has like real stunts in it, folks.
Right.
We do it for real.
And it's unfortunate for the stunt people who are still doing those stunts, except just on a green screen.
Yeah.
And you don't pay as much attention to it, which sucks because they're still doing the dangerous stuff for us.
Yeah.
Just all the digital around it kind of just mutes it a little bit.
It's like Final Destination Bloodlines had like the record for the oldest stunt person set on fire because they brought a lady out of retirement to do that movie, which is amazing.
Holy,
You want to set me on fire?
Yeah, she was like in her 70s or something. Yeah, which is so cool. But the movies has so much CGI laid over the practical effects, you couldn't even tell that that's what was happening.
You
Right,
couldn't,
yeah.
or because of the audience and what they see nowadays, they're just like, well, it wasn't.
they assume
Like, you will
it's
they'll
fake fire
dismiss
or
it.
whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah.
But like that's crazy that we have to go to like a 6th Final Destination movie to get that now. Like we have to we're really down in the dirt looking for this stuff, you know?
Considering that there's big action spectacles like all the time, but
Right.
you just I guess I don't read it the same as
Yeah.
Was there any stunts for David Cornsweet to do in Superman? Like
I can't imagine.
the flying where they will hoist you up on the harness in front of a green screen? That's it? Like
That's
I
Because
know
he
Christopher
didn't do
Reeve
any of
was
those
hung
fights.
up on wires, suspended in the air. Okay,
yeah.
I don't know.
Danger.
Well, it's a CGI version of Superman doing all the fighting, so it's like
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's not in any
not
of those
even there.
scenes. Yeah.
yeah.
It's tough.
So, all right. So we're gonna put. I guess I was saying the mystery because it does have that kind of like he has to solve something, and then you're gonna have to bring in a bunch of colorful characters that he's gonna interact with in order to extract a little bit of information or a clue.
Yes.
that's gonna lead him to the next thing.
Yeah.
He knows or suspects, right, that the sheriff of Bowdoin County killed his brother.
Yes.
I think because that's what his mom and dad think, right?
What did they say? What led him to that?
I think it was
it's
mom and dad.
Yeah, it wasn't mom.
'Cause they were
he
like-
knew before he went up there because he makes the whole deal with the police and everything.
Yeah,
Does
because
his
the
cousin
cousin
tell
says
him?
it. Oh
Yeah, his
yeah. So
cousin tells him.
what's the
Yeah.
what? Okay, so he makes a deal with. That's the thing. He's in prison. He makes a deal with the police. What is the deal?
He decides he's like, you know what? I didn't sell anybody out. That's why I'm in this jail. But they killed my brother, and so I know that. What's this like? J.C. Carruthers or something like that is the name of the sheriff or
Something
Connors
very
or
similar. Connors.
J.C. Connors. Yeah, J.C. Connors, something like that. He's like, I know he's bad. I know he's in charge. He's running this and or what have you. And he's,
And
just
he's
like,
taking money from the whiskey industry.
yeah, basically, yeah. He's on the take for that, and so he's just like, all right, I will get him for you because the cops know that sheriff is dirty,
Yeah.
and they've been trying to get him for years. They know they just can't get any
But the
dirt
only
on
thing
him.
that they can get is like tax evasion,
Right.
Or, something like that.
Hey, that was good enough to take down Al
That's
Capone.
what-
Yeah,
so
that's how they went after
yeah.
him too.
Yeah.
Because everything else they can't even. They get in there and they can't prove anything. Everything is so
Yeah.
ephemeral.
Yep.
You know, that it's like, if we can get him on this hard thing,
Yep.
federal tax evasion,
if
we can get him
everything-
for all the murders that he's,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, I would have loved someone to interject something about like how it did work for Capone in this movie, just to poke at the self-awareness a little
Yeah.
bit. But that's not the tone of this movie.
Yeah. I
I
but-
suppose that's it. It's like the
Yeah.
federal government can't investigate a murder in a county. That does come down to like, that's a jurisdiction of local law enforcement. So that's why they can't, you know,
That's
an
why it's tough,
FBI, it
because
has
if they
to
want
be
to come in
across
there
state lines.
right? If they want to come in there and do it, they got to get rid of that guy
Yeah.
in order to come and do it, and that's hard to do, and that's why you have to have people like Gator
Yeah.
go in there and be like, "I'll get you the information you need to get rid of him.
Yeah.
Just send me in there."
You know, maybe Gator's doing like a public service. You know,
Yeah,
it
well,
kind of
yeah,
feels like
yeah,
it. Like,
I think he is.
Well,
you know, he's busting
is-
up the corruption.
But
But it's going to cost him.
it's,
Yeah.
and his
And the
motive
people around him.
is
Yeah.
clearly he's going to, you know, it's like, okay, I'm going to get this guy for you. Do you think he was actually ever going to turn him in, or is his goal to kill the sheriff who killed his brother?
Oh, it was definitely to kill him.
I think the opportunity, if it arose for him to just be gone and be dead, that's what he would take. But if he couldn't do that clean, he'll get him any way he can, which is why he is gathering information as he goes along. How he proves any of this, again, would have been the question.
Well, yeah, because I assume, can you send federal agents back to all the... So, yeah, basically he's going to infiltrate a moonshine operation because he has experience.
Yes.
And then try to find out like where the money's going. So he has to look at all the drops, you know, that
Yep.
are being done, and you're going to be able to send maybe the feds in there, and
Right.
eventually there's going to be something that leads back to
This is all explained very well in the meeting that Gator has with the cops. It's like,
Yeah.
if you get this, that is federal. If you get this, that's a charge. If you get this, that's a charge. It's like, these are the things you're looking for, and this is what we can get him on. We're not going to get him for killing your brother, but we can get him on this.
yeah, but it does set up like a moral conflict, I thought, which was
Yeah,
kind of
because he's
interesting.
got to turn on some of the people from his hometown, people he's worked with, or people who are doing the stuff that he's done before, and so he feels that guilt. Even his parents tell him, it's like,
Yeah.
leave those people alone.
yeah,
Let them do what they do. And he's kind of like, but they killed Donnie.
yeah, and
I
this
can't
is
let
the
it
only
slide.
way I can get in there and get him.
Yep.
So they give him a souped up. I like that the government gives him a souped up. It's a 1971 Ford Custom 500. I looked up, sat between the Galaxy line and the LTDs, and they gave him supercharged. And it's you know,
Yeah, everyone
Ford.
whistles at the engine when they see it,
Yeah.
so you know it's good.
And he goes and meets a contact. Is that Duke?
Dude.
Dude. Because dude is like he's the feds have got him for
Dude's
something.
on probation.
Yeah.
And so they've got him, so they know he'll help, but you just got to go talk to him. And dude runs a repair shop, but he also does running on the side, so, you know.
And he's a race car driver and at the Speedway.
Yep.
Diane Ladd's in this movie. It's
Yep.
Dude's wife.
Yeah.
Dude I recognize, but I don't remember his
Yeah.
his
He looks
actor.
familiar.
He looks
yeah.
very familiar. I've seen him in some stuff. I'll look him up.
I've seen him with a suit and tie
Yeah.
and something is what I'm remembering, but I can't remember. And then dude hooks Gator up with Rebel Roy, who's like the big shot, I guess, runner, right?
Mm-hmm.
So are they talking about him in the third person when they go into the pool hall? Because they're talking about, I know Rebel Roy, but he is Rebel Roy.
He
so
is
he's got
Rebel.
a thing,
Yeah.
right?
He's
right there.
like, playing up to his. He's like, yeah, Rebel Roy
right.
once
It's like, I
blew.
heard about him.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah. So he's just
'Cause
kind
he'd
of
read his
going to
file.
his ego.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Right. That was the file. Okay. So he's like playing to his ego a little bit to
Yeah.
get him in, because Burt Reynolds was trying to get in with Rebel Roy to get into the delivering of the lightning.
Yeah, and Bo Hopkins is Rebel Roy, who for the first couple times I saw this movie, I thought it was Jerry Lee.
Jerry Lee, yeah. But where does JerryLee come into this, Colin?
Jerry Lee's in the sequel.
The sequel
Yeah.
is a sequel to this
Amazing.
movie, just
Gator.
called Gator.
Yeah.
And so Jerry Lee plays the Jerry Lee role in
Yeah,
that,
in Gator. Yeah.
which is very fun.
Okay, so and Jerry Lee has not Jerry Lee. Rebel Roy
Yes.
has not a wife, girlfriend. Lou. What was Lulu? So what's her deal?
Lou.
I don't really know what her deal is, to be honest.
Yeah.
I
What
find her
is
to be a confusing character.
True. Like, what does she want?
Yeah.
Like, just that life. She doesn't want too much. We all know she was in the home for unwed mothers at one point.
Yeah.
That's most of the backstory we get.
That was a surprising
She does want
cameo
that
in
life,
this
though,
movie.
because doesn't she have like a little speech to, Gator about like, Roy could have gone off and, finished his college, whatever, some kind of,
Right. She
Yeah.
does want more.
yeah, he could have been a mechanic or something. We could have had a house and,
Yeah, kids. And yeah.
but that's all delayed because he's making money, as a moonshine
Right.
runner.
But she always says, like, you're going to end up in jail. She tells it to everybody.
Yeah.
It's like, you're going to end up in jail if you keep doing this.
Yeah, so she is kind of like, she does kind of have her head on the right place. It's
Yeah.
just she's never going to get there, I guess with the people that she associates with, and takes a shine to
Ha-ha! See
to
that?
Burt Reynolds. So there's flirting going on, and we're like, oh my God, what's going to happen when Roy finds out that the two of them are,
Matt Clark is dude, and he's been in Black Like Me, In the Heat of the Night, Will Penny. Okay, I might know him from Will Penny because I've seen that movie. Macho Callahan, I've seen that one too. Monty Walsh, The Beguiled. These are all old westerns from the 70s
Gotcha.
and everything. The Cowboys, maybe it's the Cowboys. He's Smiley. Pocket Money, The Culpeper Cattle Co., The Great Northfield. Okay, a lot of Jeremiah Johnson. He's in Life and Times of Judge Roy Bean, Pat Garrett and Billy the Kid.
a lot
White
of stuff.
Lightning.
So you would recognize his
He's
face
been
if
in
you're-
a lot.
Yeah.
Trouble Man. I'm gonna Outlaw Josie Wales.
Yeah.
We
We haven't put him on the wall yet, but you know who we have put on the wall?
Who, Colin?
Well, thanks to MF Mad, the keeper of the Saturday Night Freak
He was in
Show.
Return to Oz, so we're close.
Was he
Uncle Henry.
Uncle Oh, he was.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're close.
Dabbs Greer.
No,
who
he's
played-
on the wall. He was in Back to the Future Part 3.
Oh shit!
Oh,
He's on the wall.
he was on the wall.
Congrats.
Matt Clark is on the wall.
Maybe we had him before we mentioned
Yeah,
him.
probably.
All right, well, we're adding two to the wall tonight. Dabbs Greer, who you would recognize
name.
Is
as
that Pa?
Pa MacClusky.
Yeah.
Where'd you see him before? You remember?
Ooh, no. Dabs.
Dabbs Greer, what a name.
No,
A
that's a good
very
name.
long time ago, we watched the 3D Vincent Price movie House of Wax.
Oh,
Ooh.
okay.
From 1953.
Okay.
He is a police sergeant in that, and he is also the old man under the truck in Con Air.
Oh wow. Okay.
Okay. So is that when someone steals a truck and he was under there working it?
Yeah,
Like,
probably.
what the hell are you doing? And- okay, yeah, it's guaranteed that's what that was.
I thought we talked about him before, but thank God we've now put John Stedman on the wall.
Okay.
We recently saw John Stedman, so he played Skeeter.
Okay.
That would be Dude's father. Remember in this movie, he
Okay,
gets
the old
roughed
man
up
who
by
gets
the
his hand in the door.
yeah.
Okay.
The sheriff roughs him up to get some information.
Yeah.
Where he was Fred, the prospector. We said in The Hills Have Eyes
Okay.
Okay.
just recently, and he was also in Dark Knight of the Scarecrow.
Oh wow.
It was Mr.
Oh, wow.
Loomis. So yeah, I thought we
Okay.
mentioned that on the Hills
Yeah.
Have Eyes episode. But welcome, gentlemen, to the
Welcome.
wall.
Welcome.
Your photos are going up, and the certificate is in the mail.
To your estate at this point.
All right, so Gator is ingratiating himself with the outfit, which will lead him to Big Bear.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
Big Bear who kind of runs the operation out of his house. That's where the
This is the
operation's
moonshiner himself.
going. Yeah. He's got
Um,
the still set up. He's got his men working for him, and he's always who was the partner? The guy, the Jerry Reed role.
Bo Hopkins or
Yeah.
Rebel Roy.
Rebel Roy, yeah, like Rebel Roy is a runner for him,
Yeah.
and so he brings on Gator to help him
So they're
out,
always, like-
especially when his car can't be repaired till Tuesday. Maybe you got to take Gator up with you and do the
Very
running.
sweaty movie.
Very sweaty.
This-
Everyone's-
Maybe the sweatiest we've watched.
I think so.
Yeah.
Everybody's dripping
dripping.
sweat.
I feel like a lot of it's real too because
Yeah.
they're wearing like polyester in what, Louisiana or wherever this is. Like
Was it Arkansas or
Is it?
Alabama? Arkansas, I think.
I think it's
somewhere-
Arkansas.
Yeah.
somewhere humid. Yeah, because there's a swamp in the beginning.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. It really made the beer feel a lot cooler down
Yes,
there tonight.
it is.
Just watching everybody sweat so much. That
So
it's also we're
much.
going through a fucking heat wave right
Yeah.
now,
Yeah.
and it's hot here,
Well
folks.
timed.
Yes, very well timed.
It-
Yeah. Did you plan the heat wave and also your off-roading adventure to go
Yeah.
with this movie? Because it all
Colin-
works very
Colin
well.
was like, we're all gonna have a white lightning weekend.
yeah. We had a White Lightning weekend long time ago. That's memorable.
Was it the Days of Thunder? Okay.
That was Days of Thunder, yes.
Oh,
A lot of
God.
moonshine that night.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean the atmosphere.
We used to be
obviously, it's
wild, folks.
Yeah.
you never really see actors sweat like this. in
No,
movies
this
anymore.
looks so real. I think a lot of it is real. I mean, obviously, like you talked about the shirt for consistency and stuff, but like
We haven't
just the
seen
way
sweat like
it's-
this since Dead Calm.
Yeah.
That was a sweaty
Yes.
movie.
The way it's just like sliding off their face
Yeah.
constantly. Oh,
just in regular
It
like
looks slick.
drama scenes and sitting in the car
Yeah.
and just talking, and they're like foreheads are beaded with what looks like real sweat.
Oh, it's
Doesn't look
gotta
like
be.
that.
Oh, and like I said, like everyone's like draining their
Yes.
eyebrows because they're all full of sweat.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like, okay,
Colin,
you're,
was this upsetting to you since you just had a sweaty weekend with no AC and a heat wave?
I'm still living it. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's cathartic.
It's still
in some
going.
way. But yeah, it's a level of realism, I guess, that it kind of. It's like, well, they're not wearing pancake makeup.
No.
because it would all be running off. It's like this is, you're there with them in the moment.
Yes, it does. It adds like a grimy filter to this movie that goes well with the the tone. But
Yes.
yeah, it's just this is like it's not unpolished. It's just intentionally dirty in a way that we don't make movies now. Like you said,
Yeah.
just like letting people, if they're going to be sweaty, well, guess what? It's sweaty in the swamp, so they're going to be sweaty.
Yeah.
It feels like nowadays we try to hide all this stuff.
Yeah,
you
make
know?
them pretty them up and
Yeah.
everything. Everyone's got like perfect hair and everything. Like, no, just sometimes you just look like shit and you're sweating.
Yeah, it's like every apocalypse show, the women have like makeup
hair.
and great hair. And
I'm watching the last
Yeah.
one. I'm like, when did they go to the salon?
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
can't
Right.
exist.
Right.
Is it like I mean, I don't know. You have to have like that perfect picture now. It's
Yeah.
like- but even, it's like, would we appreciate, is this the next wave of movie making, right? We just go back to like giving
Probably.
people something
be
that
good.
Yeah.
actually looks like reality.
Yeah. Someone's got some fucked up teeth and,
You
the
can't
hair's a little flat.
CGI that sweat,
Yeah. No.
or something.
Yeah.
I also appreciated some of the car chases. There was one that took place through like the town square
That was
where
nice.
there's a lot of bystanders and hangers on that it's like it feels dangerous because if the
Yeah.
car, they're doing these burnouts and if that would have gone wrong, it feels like there's people there. I'm
Yeah,
sure there may
right.
be other stunt people or somebody they're prepared to. But then there was like a car chase through like a residential neighborhood, which I appreciated.
Yeah.
Also, it's
Yeah.
like, damn, it feels like they're just running around through
Right.
somebody's backyard.
Yep.
Yeah, and they go through the town, and there's like a whole line of people waiting outside to get in the movie theater. And we were kind of talking about it during the movie, but have you guys have never seen like a car go by and then like a police car come right after, like they're gonna go past you,
No,
right?
I wish. But
I
no.
know. I want it. Like I don't want to be close to one, but I want to see one go by me like a movie.
Yeah, I'm trying to think when I lived in LA if I saw anything like that. 'Cause
Right.
the cops. We never had that, but I did have the helicopter with the
Yeah.
beam overhead, shining lights into my apartment
Nice.
windows. Because
Okay.
they're looking for someone in our alleyway.
Right.
So that's, I think, as close as I've been to it.
All right.
It's like, Jesus,
That's
it really
a good
does
cinematic
happen.
moment. Yeah.
It truly is. You're like,
Yeah.
wow.
So Big Bear is the big bootlegger.
Yeah.
And we also have a plot twist, right? Which is that JC is tipped off
Yeah.
by, I think, was it from the senator in Washington? His buddy in Washington tells him there is someone who's there.
Right, like the
looking
CIA
into-
sent someone down to
Yeah.
investigate you. They're coming for you. They're looking for you. Yeah, he does learn that. That's
Yeah.
true. So he knows
Would
someone's
be the
down
Treasury Department,
there.
probably.
Right. Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah. Probably. So they're just like, all right, we got to find him. And then a little later on, they're like, it's Dude. And then they're like, oh, he's disappointed because he's like, I like Dude. And Dude's running part of the operation for me and everything.
Yeah. He
Yeah.
even knows that, like, dude, they're leaning on him for, like, tax fraud or tax evasion.
Right. Yeah.
But I guess in that, it's dead serious business. It's like that can blow everything up if
Yep.
this one guy.
Yep.
And so then it's like, okay, so like there's one aspect of the movie is the sheriff hunting for Dude and eventually Gator without them knowing that they're being hunted.
Yes.
And then the other aspect is Gator trying to, I guess, reconcile. Like there's this whole thing. He keeps like a little notebook.
Yeah.
And he's writing down all the places that they go. And I don't know if you noticed, but like they go to churches, they go to like family homes, they go to, pool halls and bars and stuff like that. And I think it really like gets on him when he goes to this one, it's like a black pool hall or
Yeah.
bar. and the guy there recognizes him, and I was like wondering what, like, I'm like, okay, what's the dynamic here? It's like, because he seems to be, when the bar owner is like, MacClusky.
Yeah.
I knew him, MacClusky, Jim MacClusky. He was like a moonshiner, and Gator's like trying to get away.
Yeah.
And I'm like, is he undercover?
Right.
You know,
He
like,
doesn't want to be the one who ruins all of this, because that is what's going to happen.
Yeah.
If he completes his mission and does what he wants to do.
Yeah.
He's going to ruin this for all these other people. And some people know who he is or know his family and stuff like that.
yeah, tell your dad I said, 50 years ago.
It's the
20 years.
it's the community he grew up
Yeah.
in that he's kind of turning on to get his revenge
Yeah.
because they killed his brother. And so that's the choice he's got to make, because he wasn't going to do it until they killed his brother.
I guess that gives the plot, like, you know, you're put to a point where the plot is like, okay, that technically ends the investigation. He burns the book. He's
does.
like, okay, I'm done with this.
Yeah.
So what was like the next thing that he was going to do? I mean, I think he's giving up and he's going back to prison at that point. He's making a decision like, you know what? The fucker's going to get away with it.
I think so, because like he had everything in that book. Because I was shocked when he threw in the fire. I'm like, oh shit, he's
Right.
just done.
Mm-hmm.
Like, damn, all right, that did it for him, because he had everything in that book.
Do you think he was thinking, okay, I'm probably going to go back to jail. So if I'm going to go back to jail, I might as well kill this guy.
I might as well kill this guy.
Yeah.
I might as well fuck this woman.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
I might as well just do all this shit before I have to go back in.
Like there's no like getting him on this and getting him in jail. There's no going about it by the book at this point
No.
because
Maybe he was
So
like,
now,
okay, I'm
yeah.
just on a
Just
terminal
like,
run. I'm
yeah.
going to go kill this guy.
Yeah.
Right, because then you get rid of him without fucking up everyone else.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
Whole
Yeah.
existence. So
It's
maybe,
kind of a martyr.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he doesn't get a chance. I guess the plot
Yeah.
intervenes,
Right,
you know,
right.
but so he doesn't really get a chance. But it's interesting to wonder if that was what he was, you know, thinking.
If I'm going down, you're going down with me.
Yeah.
just like, well, I'll take him down and that'll be it.
If I'm going to jail either way, might as well get my
Yeah.
full revenge, you
Yep.
know?
Might as well.
But fate intervenes. That's
So does
because- well, yeah, Lou. So Lou's played by Jennifer Billingsley, and ironically, I just saw a movie called CC and Company, which was a biker movie with Joe Namath in it, and she's in it,
Huh.
and like unrecognizable, completely different part. And I was like, wow, that's her.
Yeah.
Like because I'm like, that name sounds familiar. So yeah, and then there's I think Rebel Roy is like what are you doing with my woman, and
Yeah. It's like, you're gonna marry Lou or what? It's like, what does that have to do with what we were talking about?
they get into a fight,
They do.
witnessed in an alley, and
Boys, I don't mind if you play around, but I'm gonna cite you for being in this alley.
nearly caught. Okay, so how does fate intervene and bring Gator closer to his quarry?
They get ambushed, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. And dude, oh, poor dude.
Mm-hmm.
R.I.P. dude. Gets shot as they go. Did they go back? Is it Big Bear's house they're going back to?
I don't remember. Maybe it was.
I feel like it was, and they're like, "There's nobody here. Something's going on. We got to leave." And then,
Yeah. So it's like the cops, the deputies, the sheriff isn't there, but then I don't know if it was that moment maybe that we realized that like the sheriff and Big Bear are the two guys who are the most powerful people in the county, and they are working together.
yes,
Did we say Big Bear is played by R.G. Armstrong?
we have not.
No.
But I
Who
also
you remember from Predator, right? Was the general who sent
really?
Oh, that's right.
Arnold Schwarzenegger onto the chopper.
Okay, all right,
In the-
yeah. Just get rid of that beard. That is him. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's been in a lot of stuff, R.G. Armstrong. So then they're ambushed and dude is killed,
Dude is killed.
and Gator and Lou are taken hostage.
Yeah.
Now, or it was hostage. I was like, okay, why don't they just shoot him?
Mm-hmm.
Why don't they just shoot him?
That's kind of what I thought too.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not just get
Yeah.
rid of it and be done with it?
Right.
Do they want the sheriff to come?
They call the sheriff. Yeah. And it's
I
like,
think
you're
the
gonna bring
sheriff wants to be there. I think the
Just
sheriff
like a
wants
personal
information.
thing, you know?
Well, also maybe the sheriff wants to question and be like, does anyone else know?
Maybe. Yeah.
So they want to get the information out of him. I'm sure the sheriff is like, wait till I get down there.
Yeah.
I'm going to question him. Then we can do the same thing we did before.
We're going to put him in,
Yeah.
with the bricks, tie him
so
to a
they
boat.
want- yeah,
take
they
him
threaten
out
him
in
with the cinder blocks and all that stuff. It's like, we're going to do the same thing to you.
Yeah.
Put you right out there.
So it gets very tense.
It gets very tense and very drunk because they're just filling him with moonshine. But he
Yeah.
can take it because he's Gator.
Well, how does he get out of this situation? How do
He
we
sets
escape?
them on Lou. He's like, she got a tattoo.
I know this is like a big thing because I'm like, I don't remember seeing her.
Yeah.
No, she's not in on this.
If she had it, this tattoo that he's
sending
describing.
him. He's like, get them over there, and I'll do my thing over
Yeah,
here.
but still, like,
Dude,
that
two
means
eagles
those
fighting.
guys are coming over to her.
Yeah, it's a risk.
Yeah, she gets roughed up. Like,
Yeah.
and she's not in on this. And I'm like,
No.
could you at least, be like, hey, things might get weird for a second, but just trust me, I have a plan. Like, would that kill you?
Right.
Would
Well, I don't
that
think
kill you?
I don't think they had time.
Yeah.
But
I think,
yeah.
but I think she knows that's what's happening because she doesn't say anything. Like, I don't have a tattoo.
Yeah.
What are you talking
Yeah,
about? She doesn't
yeah,
say
that's
anything, So
true.
it's like she knows. Like, this is
Play
part
along.
of, and like, oh God, I hope this works.
Yeah.
Because they're going to check her out for a tattoo.
Right.
And that gives Gator an opportunity because he's just him and Big Bear
Yeah.
to clock him over the head with something and then blast his way out of there.
Yep. Getting shot in the process.
Yeah.
And this is when we take a detour to Sister Whatever's home for the unwed mothers.
The weirdest cameo in
just
this movie. I was like, what?
Yeah, I'm just like, what's happening?
All these pregnant teen girls like lurking around Burt Reynolds while he's
Yeah.
in bed recovering is so weird.
Yeah, but it was just like in the it was like in the 50s where the woman who had an affair and got pregnant she just went away for a little bit and then, for whatever and then came back and everything was fine. It's just like, well, you went away to have a baby,
Yeah.
get rid of it.
But the nun is like on his side.
Yeah, the nun's cool. I like
Yeah.
it.
You
And all
got the
girls are
devil's.
cool.
The devil's. What was it?
The devil's. The handcuffs.
Yeah.
Shit, I forgot what
They
you
cut
called
off his handcuffs.
Yeah.
It's like the devil's binders or the devil's
Yeah.
something.
Yeah,
Devil's bracelet.
It's like she's done this a time or two.
Yeah.
She's cool. I like her.
She feels like a place you'd have to stop in a video game to get something to progress the
Right,
quest.
yeah,
it feels like
yeah.
she does that it's not her first time doing this. That's what's crazy.
No, that's the place where you go. You re-up your ammo. You
Yeah.
get a good meal so your hearts are fuller again.
You sleep in the bed and rest.
Right, yeah.
That's what he's doing. He's restoring his heart so he can go on to the next
This is
quest.
the point. Yeah, this is the point where
Save point.
This is the save point before the big operation.
Yes.
You're like, you should save now before going forward. And it's just like, okay, I
And you
understand
can
what's going on.
go talk to the kids in the school.
Right, they
but
all got their little
they got
stories.
little stories, but it doesn't really like add anything other than like
No.
world building. But
Yeah.
they don't have any quests or anything value to say.
And there is, I guess, like the screenplay keeps giving you information, which I also appreciate. I appreciated
Yeah.
like how clear everything was, I guess, to me watching this movie.
Yeah.
Like the backstory, the objective.
Yeah, nothing
like,
confusing.
Yeah, is all laid out. And I'm like, I know who these people are and what they want and all this. But I guess the thing we don't know, we know JC killed Donnie.
Yeah.
And we know things about Donnie, but we don't know why he was killed because we
Right.
are told over and over again he's not part of the moonshine business.
Right.
So
Just got caught up in it.
it turns out there's a girl here who actually knows who he is. So why was Donnie killed?
It's a fair question, Colin. I have forgotten.
He was he's college kids
Yeah.
and they're protesting.
That's
and
right.
they decided to come to the most outside, like county in the South
Right.
and set this up where they ran into a sheriff who was like, I'm going to kill you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was just kind of like,
And
well, I
not
was
just
gonna
kill
make
you, but
Macon
like
county line analogy, but it's not really.
like brutally kill you. I'm not going to just like shoot you. I'm going to torture you and then kill you, I guess. you
Yeah,
know?
because I was like, what is he doing? Is that
Yeah.
like, I'm going to kill you to keep other protesters out, maybe, if they just disappear? And
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
you're doing it in a way that
Yeah,
you're
if you
not
just
really
disappear people.
Yeah.
they just disappear. It's not like sending I don't even know if they knew what happened. I guess that's what I'm
Right.
saying. It's like,
Right.
That's what's like.
'Cause they're
that might be
still
more.
there.
That might be scarier.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just like disappear and then no one knows what happened.
right, but the protesters, the kids are still there.
Right.
So that's why I wonder if I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's it's a little murky, but yes.
And Gator is like, I don't know, is a human moment for him going like, it's like haven't done anything good my whole life. I've been running and doing all this other stuff. And Donnie like actually achieved something, went to school.
Yep.
Now he's dead and there's me. What does it all mean?
The wrong kid died.
Yeah.
But he's the man of action. I guess that's the
Yes.
thing that he doesn't
Right.
see.
Yes.
It's like he has this ability that his brother, I suppose, like wouldn't, ever need,
Right.
And so he didn't even have to go looking for the sheriff. The sheriff shows up. Going like he has to have gone somewhere, I guess. So the nuns. The nun.
Sheriff's out front. He's looking for you. And,
Yeah.
And so begins our final chase scene.
Yes.
Which is a little seemed a little familiar. I don't know if you guys have seen any other Burt Reynolds chase scene where the sheriff and Junior are in the car chasing him.
Oh, right.
It's happened once or twice before, or will happen once or twice.
If you lose
after.
him, Junior, then I'm gonna dock your pay for this. It's coming out of your pay. Okay, in terms of movie chase scenes, how'd they do? You know, they had 3 cars involved total.
I thought it was pretty good.
That's
I
good.
enjoyed it.
I was entertained. I like the first chase scene when they're doing their first running, where Burt Reynolds is running interference behind him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I like the idea and everything behind that. I thought was really good for the chase scene. This was good too. Where do they go in this one? Because there's a lot of roads and backwards. I don't know. It seems.
I feel like there's a lot of jumps
They go
on this
by
one.
the lumber yard.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh, the lumberyard.
Because the lumber stack falls
I wish it would
onto
have
the
really
car.
fallen onto them. I know we can't, but I wish it would have.
Yeah. So that happens. So we're slowly eliminating other police cars.
Was and I was
was a
watching
cornfield
it this
hit?
time.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, Burt Reynolds is taking. I think it felt like he was taking a lot of risks. He's using the front of his car to ram the sheriff's car a couple times within this.
Yeah.
They're hanging out and there's like, we go left, we go right, what do we do? And he comes through the cornfield and bashes into the back of them because he's not trying to escape. He's trying to go after them. He's like,
Yeah.
follow me.
But I wonder, I mean, like, yes, we know that like all the cops in this county are corrupt.
Yes.
But there was a moment where because I remembered how the movie ends, and I'm like, I can't remember how many people die, in that scene.
Yeah.
And there was this time they actually do like sort it out that he is in some ways baiting the sheriff to be the only person in that car
Right.
that's chasing. And when that happens, he smile. There's a big smile
Right.
that I read as like, oh, okay. He's like, finally it worked.
Yes.
I've got him chasing me personally. Cause usually the sheriff is like riding shotgun to
Yes.
his deputies, but he's taking the other cars out of commission. And now it's just the sheriff and
Right,
the
'cause
one
that's-
working cop car.
Right, because that's who he wants. The other ones, it's like, no, he wants the one
Yeah.
who's responsible for this. And that is made apparent in this movie, which I did like. And just like he is whittling it down to just the sheriff.
Yeah. And he gives him a little Roadrunner meep meep.
He does.
And then he devises I guess he does ram the sheriff again.
Yeah.
At one point, and then to goad him into chasing him or something again. I think because the sheriff had lost him maybe at that point. And
Yeah.
he comes running up the hill.
Yeah.
He'd gone down kind of part of a hill and kind of got stuck. And then, Gator comes up. And it's like he hits him and knocks him down. And then that's when it's just the two of them solo chasing at that point. And then they get to, do they get to a fork? And like the sheriff comes up to it and then just kind of sees Gator going down the embankment, like that's the way he's going. And this is where we get to our final launch, where he's like, "Go after him," and he's going too fast, and he can't see in front of him
Because it's a jump, but it turns out it is not land on the other side of that.
Nope,
it's water. Which I was like, does that mean Gator either scoped it out?
Gator
or
knows the area.
He knows those roads so well.
Yeah, he knows
But
those roads.
it's another guy's county. It's Bowdoin County. He's not even in his own. But anyway, right?
He's been around for a while. He
Yeah.
knows those roads.
So we
Something you
get
don't forget.
the shot of the car shooting over Burt Reynolds' head and into the water. Chilling death scene.
Yeah.
Man just drowns.
Yes. Just drowned a cop. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, just to be trapped,
Yeah.
your seat belted in,
Yeah.
the windows are open,
Yep.
you land in the water, and it's just there's that shot of it's like over the shoulder
Yeah.
of Ned Beatty. He just the water just
Blub, blub. And then his hat floats to the top.
Yeah.
And that's the last we see of the sheriff.
But that was good because he ends up in the same place that he put Donnie
Yep.
drown at the bottom of the
Yep.
Justice.
yeah.
And then we get a funeral for the sheriff.
Yep.
Oh yeah, because it's like I wondered about that. It's like, does the whole county like know of his
Wait.
I don't think the people
illegal
that
activities
the
and
people
all.
that parade. I'm sure there's rumors that float around the thing, but I think everybody else thinks of him as just. Otherwise, it wouldn't be there. I don't think. But it's just like the sheriff of the town.
I also was wondering, and I guess there is kind of the movie does give you something to explain it, but I was like, okay, the other cops who survived know that he was chasing Gator,
Right.
even if they don't know him by name,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so, but there's no prosecution.
I think they're a little lost. To tell you the truth, like the guy who's in charge of everything is gone now, so I think they're kind of just like, We don't know exactly what to do. We don't know if we could go after Gator, how to go after Gator. Like, I think Gator cut the head off the snake, and that was everyone else is just kind of left to scramble.
And is it he's got federal protection in some way?
At that point,
because it does seem like the feds are like, well, I mean, I guess we were after him, and he's dead.
Right, he's gone.
And we're going to excuse you because he was chasing you, or or he drove himself into the water.
Truly, yeah.
So-
It's not like he murdered him with his bare hands.
Right,
It's
yeah.
just like, he followed me.
Yep.
He's dumb.
Well, there you
And
go.
now he's dead.
But if you didn't get enough excitement with this movie, there's a sequel.
There's a sequel.
We did watch the trailer. After
Yes.
It looked good.
A lot of people prefer the sequel.
Okay.
Really? Okay.
The stunt work seems like it's gone
Yes.
up a notch,
Yeah,
to say the least.
Yeah, and it
There's
was
helicopters chasing boats. There's dudes flipping out of cars as they go over little cliffs and everything. It looks like it's upped. Boats
Yeah.
ramming into other boats.
Yeah, that's right. Like I was hoping at the beginning when we got like the canoes in the swamp, we'd get some boat action. You know,
I think
fan
that's-
Save
boat.
it for the
Yeah.
sequel.
I think that's
Yeah.
how the other one opens.
Yeah.
Is it
Oh,
starts right.
yeah.
But I mean, like,
Mustaches.
yeah, he's got his mustache. He directed it. Burt Reynolds directed the sequel.
The trailer is pretty interesting. I've seen this one before. It seems like it should be well known. Where he describes like, I wanted to make a movie that was serious. It wasn't about fights or women or car chases or anything. But they didn't want to make that movie,
Yeah.
so we made Gator. It's a good trailer.
Yeah, it is a good
Very
trailer.
good trailer.
Yeah, but it does have like it feels more like a comedy than this
I can
one.
see that.
Sure. Well, and with Jerry Reed does come in, so
Yeah.
the levity seems like it'd be up. The cartoonishness seems
Yes.
like it was upped a little bit for
Yep.
that one. Yeah,
It doesn't feel like it takes place in the same universe.
Right.
And the backstory, I think, if I remember, like when it first started, because I watched them almost back to back, and it was like, what? Your cousin or sister or what? Like, who is this person that we're just introducing into the movie? So it's like, it's a different movie, but it takes place, somewhere in Arkansas, but it's more, less sweaty atmosphere and more like, what would you say?
A little more
Everybody's-
Smokey, a little more Bandit.
Yeah. It was the precursor to Smokey and the Bandit, I guess, right?
Progenitor.
Okay, so that is we watched White Lightning. Now we're going to tell you what we thought about it. But first, we're going to read some of your mail. And in order to do that, we're going to have to summon our mailman, Igor. Bring us the mail.
Masters, the mail. I've got the mail. So many letters. Our followers are rising.
Why, thank you, Igor.
Do you think he's capable of making moonshine? Could he do that for us?
Yeah, but it's green.
It's green. Yeah.
It's a little weird. It's got a
Glows
little
a
more
little
kick
bit,
to
yeah.
it. Like, it kind of looks like ooze.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
He makes his
Secret
own.
of the ooze, yeah.
ooze, yeah, like turtle ooze. So,
Yes.
yeah, be careful around that. His own special mix.
Yeah, he's got the still out the back.
Yeah.
All right.
Is that why your lights dim every now and again?
We just turn a blind eye to that and let him do what he's doing.
He's making money. He's paying rent.
He's
Yeah.
not hurting anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't make you blind yet.
Right, yeah. No, in fact,
We
he
haven't
tried
had
it,
enough
yeah.
of
it
it.
gives you better vision,
Yeah,
surprisingly.
I had an extra arm. Okay, well, we should let the good folks at home know how they can participate on this interactive portion of our show by following along on Facebook,
Facebook.com/Saturday Night Freak Show.
on X,
At Sat Freak Show.
by email,
Saturday Night Freak Show at yahoo.com.
and on Instagram at Saturday Night Freak Show. About tonight's movie, White Lightning, Michael Whitaker writes in and says, aside from movies like Duel, Joyride, and Death Proof, I haven't really been much into car movies of this sort, which is weird because my dad was a huge car show enthusiast, and I swear we could walk by any classic car, and apparently he or someone he knew had one back in the 60s or 70s.
Yeah.
When I think of redneck cinema, what comes to mind for me is trucker movies, of which the 70s seem to produce a great deal of.
True.
Convoy,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. The aforementioned White Line Fever.
Yeah.
Always still good old boy fighting the man.
Yeah.
Yep.
Got
You
Bring it
remember the was it the not the Black Oak Conspiracy? I think that had Jesse Vint in it from Macon County Line.
Right,
What was the one
Jesse
that had-
Vint.
there was one that had John Saxon in the
Really?
Burt Reynolds role.
What?
It was like they were trying to make John Saxon, like either Burt Reynolds
Yeah.
passed on it or they were trying to make him. It's a 3-word title.
Of course it is.
It's like Moonshine County Express. I think that's it.
I feel like we could make a name generator for Hicksploitation
Yeah.
movies. Just be like,
Not Fast Company.
No, yeah, right. Okay, and Julia D. Shamaj, new listener,
Okay.
Bless you.
liked the
Welcome.
line, "Now I know why they call you Gator,"
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
Yeah.
we were waiting for also. Last,
Moonshine County Express, 1977.
I swear to
action
God,
comedy.
you watch that trailer and John Saxon is, I mean, the Burt Reynolds
Amazing.
type. Like, you feel like he had a career that could have, like, how come it happened for Burt,
Right.
but not for John?
Right.
Right.
They really, John Saxon, they tried him in everything. Because
Yeah.
wasn't he in with Bruce Lee?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
like, he
Enter
was
the
in just
Dragon.
like, we're going to put you here, see if this works. We're going to put you here, see
Yeah.
if this works.
Is the movie he's most famous for Nightmare on Elm Street now?
Yeah.
Even though he
Oh,
had this
absolutely.
like long
I think
career
so.
before it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
or Black Christmas, I suppose. Nightmare on Elm Street.
Nightmare on Elm Street. Yeah.
Last week we watched a movie called Hancock, and Richard Kreutzer says Will Smith, like Pedro Pascal and Jason Momoa, is one of those actors who greatly benefits his looks by sporting some facial hair. I understand why he had to shave it in the film, but fun fact, in the comics, Superman has to use his heat vision reflected off a piece of his spaceship to shave his beard.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that.
But he says, well, anyway,
get more ridiculous with Superman and do stuff like that.
Yeah, I'd be down for that.
But I
If
guess-
have to see
yeah.
him. Like, I want to see Superman shaving. Put it
Yeah.
in the movie.
Yeah. Take
We
me
need
through
to
his
know.
Make
morning routine.
right,
What's
make
Superman's
him
morning
human.
routine? Yeah. Yeah. I guess that's why we have the boys, though, right? For
There you
those
go,
moments.
yes.
Yeah.
well, Richard said Will Smith should keep the beard. Great episode as always. And by the way, ladies, there were two of them. It's an ongoing Saturday Night Freak Show.
There were two of them. Oh,
Yep.
so
There were two
Yeah,
of them.
yeah,
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
There were two of them.
There was another
There were
monster.
two of them. It was the thing I hate. It was the thing I hate.
Michael Whitaker wrote in.
There was two of them and there were twins. It gets me and Holly at once. Oh, damn it. Yep.
Michael wrote in again about Hancock, saying if you're ever interested, Marvel Comics itself had a book that was also meant to be more of a lampooning of superhero tropes, and it was called Next Wave. It even had a better version of Hancock in the character called the Captain, a known drunk who ironically received superpowers from some aliens.
I'm gonna go.
I'm
Next
interested
wave.
in
I'm
that.
gonna go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go look through. I have a limited comic collection. I think I have some of those.
Really?
I think
That's
I might.
awesome.
I'm gonna go look.
Yeah.
All
Because
right.
that sounds very familiar.
Hmm.
Jacob Laws says, I actually like this movie a lot. Will Smith is playing an asshole, which was different from what he usually played.
Right.
The head up the ass was a great gag, but the villain sucked.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. But the villain was the friends we made along the way in that movie, kind of. Like, Yeah.
And Carson Snar wrote in and said, haha, I'm glad they changed the title.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because he comes tonight.
He comes tonight. Yeah. I'm just like,
Or is it
what?
tonight
Tonight he comes,
Tonight
but
he
still
comes.
with the
Yeah.
the scene in the trailer, it's
I
different.
dare you to make a movie with that title.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
the closest we get is They Came Together.
Yeah.
It was the
Yes.
Paul Rudd, Amy Poehler movie, the kind of farce on romantic comedies and
Yes.
everything.
Yeah.
Watch that one.
well, thank you, each of you, for writing in. We really
Indeed.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
And now we're going to go around the table and tell you what we thought of tonight's movie, White Lightning, starting with...
Michaela, what'd you think of White Lightning?
I'm glad we finally watched it because I know it's been floating around for a while, and I love exploring different genres of like certain subgenres of a certain time. I guess like this only happened for like the 70s into the 80s, right? Like
Yeah.
I'm sure this subgenre died out by like what 85, maybe like because
yeah.
Malone is like
That's not even the same.
no.
Yeah.
Right. And,
But the trailer makes you think it is one of these movies, and it is not.
Yeah, but the John Saxon one I think was like the early, like then they were trying different genres of it. In
Yeah.
the early 90s.
Yeah.
And
The
then it
John
was like-
Saxon one's from the 70s.
Oh no, it was. But
Yeah.
there was what was the other one? The first one I mentioned with John Saxon. I think that was.
Enter the Dragon?
No, the car something or other. I mentioned it. You'll hear it later.
Yeah, it's I love when these little things flare up and kind of burn bright and then burn out. And I mean, car chase movies aren't really my thing, but I did enjoy watching this. I feel like at a lot of points it's kind of a hangout movie, and I'm okay with that because that's a way of like time traveling for me. Like I don't know what it's like to hang out in the 70s in the South. The only way I can experience it is this, and I like how authentic it feels. And I feel like watching movies from the 70s always exposes me to something I haven't seen before. And the stunts are great, and I mean, the character, and I like that it's a vengeance story too. I wasn't expecting that. And like, I don't think he's a hero character, but at the same time, like, I feel like the crimes he's committing are such low stakes that I also have the attitude of like, just fucking let him. Like to me, moonshine is like so not a problem to me. I'm just like, what do I care?
You're allowing people to drink. Like, it doesn't seem
what
like
do I care? Yeah,
let him drink.
Yeah, I have no dog in this fight. Let the man do what he wants. Like,
right,
you know,
right, moonshine. Who gives a shit?
We all gotta make a living. You know, we are all like suffering from capitalism, and this is how he's dealing with it. That's on him.
Right.
Like,
The most people are going to get hurt is if it still accidentally explodes.
exactly. Yeah. Just be careful when you're.
Well, I guess
Right.
Yeah.
there could be things in it that, you know, because it's unregulated, that
Right.
would kill you.
Well, sure.
Yeah.
If you're dumb enough to
Yeah.
go
Well, you don't know
into
where
it
you're
that
getting
hard.
it from.
Right. Yeah.
But there is a moment in this movie where they walk by a truck that says legalized weed, and they say something that like, we can't have that legalized because then like the whole moonshine business will go away, and that is like American history right there. That's why marijuana was illegal for so long, so that alcohol could take its spot. And so I'm just like, yeah, so just let them, just let everybody do their thing, you know. I don't know, but I enjoyed it, even though it's not my type of movie. So I'm going to recommend it because I think it's important to absorb different content and, you know, get different synapses in your brain firing. So I can't watch things in my wheelhouse all the time, right? So I'm going to recommend it. I think it's got plenty going for it. Sean, what did you think?
Yeah, it's nice to watch the movie because it's kind of like a good historical movie for Burt Reynolds.
Yeah,
And his lead up to the roles that defined him.
Yeah, I watched this as like a period piece, basically. You know,
You know what that's what they are at this point. But the thing you get with those period pieces are like great car chases, which are always fun. You get that vengeance story, which is good. You get Burt Reynolds playing a badass, and that's what you want because it's a character you look at and be like, I want to be that guy. I want to do the things he's doing. Entertaining movie. Burt Reynolds, like we said, has that charisma. The story is familiar because I think a lot of these movies kind of worked around that same storyline, but it's a fun storyline, and you get car chases in the middle of it, and you get good stunts. And you end up getting like character actors that you know coming in and playing these like Ned Beatty playing these bad guy parts, which is fun. And it's just it is a hangout movie, but I like that. It's nice to see the movies that inspired the filmmakers who are making current movies, and you know what they pulled from. So it's also a very interesting history lesson. I had fun. I like watching Burt Reynolds drive a car and fuck with cops. So, you know, I mean, that's I think a very simple formula that if you like those elements, you're going to like this movie. I enjoyed it. I want to watch Gator because that looks like we're going in the right direction. And so I'm down for watching Gator. I have it at home. I think I'm going to give it a watch.
I'm curious.
soon.
Will you bring Gator to the freak show after you watch it? I'm wondering. Well, you haven't seen it.
No, I haven't seen it. I have other ideas, but you never know. So yeah, I recommend White Lightning. It was a good time. I'm going to watch Gator. You should watch White Lightning. Colin, take us
All
off.
right. Well, I mean, yeah, I had watched a bunch of, I don't know even what got me on the kick. I mean, after a while.
And Colin goes on kicks. I'm
I go on
know
kicks.
that you've been listening to
He
the show. Colin goes on kicks.
So it's like, okay, I'm going to watch all these redneck, exploitation movies. Hicksploitation. I've also heard it referred to. And I don't know. What do you get out of them? There's this, the characters are never like true blue, right? They're always like compromised, but they feel, even though it's messy, they feel like you understand.
You understand their motivations and why they would pursue this.
Yeah.
It gets easier when it's something like revenge for a killed family member.
Well, that's always like a good plot device,
Usually
right?
works,
It's like, you know, in these movies, you got to solve the mystery so you can kill the bad guy, you know, at the end of the movie.
Yep.
But I appreciated, like I was saying before, I think what makes it stand out is, I mean, you guys were saying a hangout movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the scenes have time to breathe and you get character moments.
Yep.
You know, there's like acting in the, you know, that we tend to compress those now, but these you actually, and it gives you a feeling for like the people and the place. And, you know, you get a better understanding for like the whole ecosystem of where the story takes place.
Yes.
And I thought, the performance is really good. I like the action sequences, expertly handled, not I think, like you said, in the sequels, they're gonna they're gonna go bigger in Gator, the sequel there, and then ultimately Smokey and the Bandit and all of those. But I liked also that it did have some more to chew on than just straight up thrills.
Yep.
It's like they did actually try to make like an actual film out of it.
Mm-hmm.
I really liked it. I think maybe after watching a bunch of them, I would say White Lightning's a good entry point. You watch them a lot more, it's gonna feel familiar, and there's gonna be moments, obviously in other movies that you're like, well, that was a good scene and whatever, or this was a good plot device, but this one feels like, if I was gonna pick one that you should watch, it's White Lightning. I think you should see, even beyond the genre. It's like, I think it's a good, action thriller. So
Indeed.
And it might be my favorite Burt Reynolds movie.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right.
I could see that.
Because I don't really like silly Burt Reynolds.
Yeah.
No, not a fan of silly Burt Reynolds.
No, I mean, I like Smokey and the
gets
Band and all,
silly.
but this to me is more
Part 2's very silly.
up my alley. Yeah.
Part 3's sillier.
Yeah.
But he's not in that one, is he?
I
No,
don't
because
think
Jerry
so.
Reed is the bandit.
Is the
Right,
bandit.
right, right.
Yeah. Okay, so that's 3 recommends for White Lightning.
There you go.
Hollywood
We did
probably
not get
recommend.
Maloned.
No, we did
Because of
not.
that, Hollywood recommended.
Yep.
Yeah. Later career Burt Reynolds, you want to be a little more wary
Yeah.
of. Okay, next week we're going to watch a movie that's chosen by.
Sean, what are we watching next week?
Oh, I think we're in for a treat.
Oh,
I
boy.
hope so.
We are going to watch a movie called Rotor.
What?
R period, O period,
Oh, shit.
T period, O period,
Yes.
R period.
Oh, God. What is this?
Rotor.
You just need to see the poster and you'll
Okay,
be
let me see
sold.
this poster.
Okay. Do you like Terminator and RoboCop?
Hell
Do you want to
yeah.
see a low budget
Okay, is
version
this
of those?
Italian, though?
I don't think so.
No.
I think it's
Okay,
American.
okay.
This is-
All right, all right.
Oh, wait, it's known in art. Well, no, not in Argentina. No, I think it's
Okay.
it's pretty.
All right.
Yeah, but
So none of
How
us
did
have
you-
seen it.
No, how'd
I've
you dig
always
this up?
wanted to
there's
see
a
it.
very if you ever watch the thing, there's a very muscly man in a tank top who goes to start a fight with our main cyborg-ish type character, and he pulls off his little straps and his thing, and he pumps up, and he's ready to fight, and he gets knocked his ass out. That's the only thing I saw, and I'm just like, I must watch this movie, and I must expose you all to it. So, Rotor from 1987,
Amazing.
we will be watching.
Okay.
All right, looking forward to it.
I know. I can't wait. All right. So that's next week. We hope you'll join us. And until then, ladies and gentlemen, the basement is going dark.